Hey everyone, it's Dan here from TableTennisDaily.co.uk. Today me and Tom will be looking at Butterfly's latest rubber, the Tenergy 80 FX.
Yeah, we're really excited about testing out this new rubber, and we're going to try and give you a thorough insight into how it plays.
We really hope you enjoy this review.
Firstly, the forehand topspin. The rubber hardness is 4 degrees softer than the popular Tenergy 05 and has a slightly lower throw angle, which was noticeable during the forehand topspins. The softer FX sponge gave an extended dwell time away from the table, allowing good control. The ball gripped the rubber very well, and we were both able to use our full power to contact the ball at great speeds very confidently. Backhand topspins. During backhand to backhand exchanges, the rubber felt very reactive and quick, but was still very consistent. We were both able to generate a high arc on the backhand topspins, producing good spin. The hard sensation was not felt, which you get in rubbers that are good to punch with, as the punch is too absorbent for a hard impact shot. Precise timing and feel are required to execute a strong punch. Combination shots and blocking. We could both create good rhythm, balancing speed and spin. Owing to the rubber's control, we found we could focus more on our movements and rotation. At times, we had to adapt to the low throw angle produced when going for maximal effort, as the ball would hit the net. A more defined stroke was required on maximal shots. A characteristic we both liked was the blocking, as the rubber was not too sensitive to spin. The absorbent sponge made it easier to control heavy spin and speed. Due to the lower throw, we were both able to be more precise in the blocking, giving a solid feel and better ball placement. Touching and flicks. When touching the ball short, the rubber felt very crisp, and the soft spring sponge allowed us to feel the ball sink in, producing a lot of backspin. As this rubber is slightly slower than the 05, we found it easier to keep the ball short with 2 bounces on the opponent's side. Flicking backspin or float balls was also an advantage with the Tenergy 80 FX, as the top sheet and spring sponge absorbed the spin and propelled the ball fairly fast, giving a great margin for error. We were able to play a fast attacking stroke on the following ball when we struck early. Open-ups. When topspinning against backspin, we could generate a huge amount of spin. You could really feel the ball soak into the sponge. Tom could feel the topspin on the ball and said he really had to angle his racket face to receive the ball well. Third and fifth balls was also excellent in a match type scenario with this rubber, mixing spin and speed. Counter topspins. It has been noted by players that the Tenergy 05 series is sensitive to spin, requiring a higher level of player to use the rubber. However, the Tenergy 80 FX seems to be less sensitive to spin and has a lot of control at counter topspins even against a heavy spin ball, because of the absorption of the sponge. As you can see by these selection of shots, a very loud speed glue sound was made when the counter topspin was timed well. Match play. Here are some of the clips taken from some match type drills using different serves. The sponge always felt clean and engaged, and the serves and receives giving a consistent feeling. We found in a match type situation, this rubber won points through variation and placement rather than through extreme power. The absorption of the sponge gave us more time to create the point with lots of winning opportunities. Conclusion. Before we wrap this up, we would like to express our appreciation and thanks to Butterfly for supplying TableTennisDaily with its equipment to review. Our conclusion is that the Butterfly Tenergy AT FX is a rubber which has a fantastic balance between speed, spin and control, and is a great addition to the Tenergy series. It is clear how popular Tenergy is becoming, with the great selection of rubber variations to choose from, and we've reported 80% of the top 10 world players using it either on their backhand or forehand. The control was a super advantage of this rubber, allowing both players to control fast attacking shots and returning spinny balls. For those players who struggle against backspin, this rubber would help them greatly due to the soft sponge absorption and dwell time given. As mentioned previously, for those players who find Tenergy 05 very sensitive to spin, this rubber could be a great alternative due to the softer spring sponge allowing greater control. Overall, this rubber is suited for the modern offensive player who wants to have a great balance between speed, spin and control in all aspects of the game. Not much weaknesses was shown in all areas covered, such as the important elements including serve, open-ups and counter topspins. It is particularly effective close to the table and mid-distance, and is successful in creating opportunities to win the point. Perhaps this is not an ideal rubber for those players who want to produce lots of speed, however if timed early, a lot of speed could be produced. We hope you enjoyed this review, stay tuned for more.